YouTube friends, I am Kat Meffan, your yoga teacher for today. And today we have got a very juicy 60-minute super fluid vinyasa. Now, disclaimer, when we start flowing, I'm going to be in a different outfit because this is a practice that was filmed for the Soul Sanctuary. If you don't know, the Soul Sanctuary is an app. It's a desktop platform. It has got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos with me. And so if you like practicing with me on YouTube and you love this practice that we're about to do, you can find this practice and so many more over on the Soul Sanctuary. So I'm going to leave you here. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. I'm going to leave you with this flow. It's called Energy in Motion. I think that you are going to love it. Drop a comment, subscribe, like the video, let me know how you get on, and hopefully I'll see you in the Soul Sanctuary family one day very soon. And welcome to an embodied flow practice. So when we talk about embodied flow, we're talking about really embodying an emotion within us and trying to move with that. Now, it's kind of a lot easier said than done because our emotions are changing all the time. Emotion, energy in motion, they are shifting, they are transforming all the time. So what we might start kind of moving with will then transform into another emotion. So with this practice, I'm going to be inviting in this real kind of waviness into our practice today. We're going to be working a lot with body rolls, forwards, backwards, side to side. It's going to be very fluid. And even if you can't find that connection of moving with a particular emotion in the practice, maybe the practice itself will help you connect to the fluidity of your energy, the fluidity of your emotions, because they are just constantly shifting and changing. And if we can lean into the acceptance of that, then we are in a much stronger position to work with just life in general, to lean into the vulnerability, to lean into the surrender, to the shadows, to really honor everything that it means to be a human. So we're going to get started by coming into a kneeling position. Now, if kneeling is not quite right for you, if that doesn't feel very good on your knees, you could modify it by placing a little block down onto the heels so that then you've got that little bit more height. You could put a cushion there, or you could just come to a cross-leg position. Do not worry. So just finding a seated position that's going to work best for you. Close down the eyes and just place the hands down into the lap. Take a couple of shoulder rolls going back and just settling into your breath. Settling into your body. Not making any judgments on anything that's alive for you or anything you're noticing. Just being here with the you that you are in this moment. This is me. I am. And in these first few moments, maybe setting an intention for your practice today. Maybe just honoring your intention to your breath, to your emotional energy. And as we move today, really wanting to move with that breath. Every practice we want to move with the breath. But when we're finding this fluidity, we can sometimes get a little bit stuck in the breath when we're focusing on moving the body so much. So really trying to find that connection to one leading the other, the breath leading the movement. And let's take a nice big releasing breath here all together. Take an inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Beautiful. You can keep your eyes closed or you can open them, placing the hands down, coming into an all fours position. So here is where we start to just lean into that fluidity. First of all, just through cat-cow. So we inhale, lift the chest, shine the heart forwards. Exhale, movement comes from the pelvis first. As we round the spine, drop the head, exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhaling round. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling round. One more like that. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling round. And then this time, you might want to just step your hands a little bit further forward. You're going to inhale, lift, but the hips drop a little bit. And then exhale, round as you bring yourself back to child's pose. Inhale, lift the chest, come forwards. And then exhale, take it back. So just moving your way here. Inhale. Exhale. Doesn't have to look exactly like mine. Just feeling into the spine here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Breathing in. And exhale. Take it back. Last one. Inhale. And then exhale here. Landing down in a child's pose. Have the knees wide. Forehead grounds into the earth. And maybe you just find this very, very gentle dance of the hips. This soft sway side to side. As energy draws down into earth, we feel energy rise at the same time. This beautiful knowing that we can both root down and rise up at once. Yes, edge those hands forwards even more now, coming into Anahatasana. So our melting heart pose or extended puppy. And again, we're going to find a little bit of a spinal wave. Inhale, rounding as you come up, and then exhale, lower chest down. Inhale, rounding as you lift. Exhale. 3 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Again, breathing in and letting it go, melting that heart. Last breath here. Inhale. And then melt it down and just have a moment to hold here, whether or not it's your third eye or the forehead melting down to earth. It could be your chin if you want to just have a moment to open into the throat. You could place your head onto a block if that feels good for you. And allow yourself to be a little bit passive here today. So of course we have many options when it comes to Anahatasana. Sometimes I'll tell you to be very active. Today I'm giving you all of the permission to just have a moment to really release the body down into earth. And again, if it feels nice, you can take that little dance of the hips side to side. Slowly starting to make your way up into an all fours position. So we're going to take a little breath sequence here. Well, very, very simple, just moving the arm. And there's reason for this because we'll start to add this into a little sequence that we do when we get up into a downward facing dog. So all we're going to be doing is inhaling right arm forwards and up. Exhale, bring it back. And as you come back, you kind of sit back. And then we go to the left. Inhale. Exhale. You just keep going right to left. Inhale. Exhale. You can take the gaze with it as well. 2 more times going each way. And last one on the left side. Beautiful. Come to sit back on the heels. Bring the knees to parallel. They don't have to be hugging together, but just parallel. So knees are facing front. Take an inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, left arm forwards, right arm back. And you can just gaze behind you. The right fingertips can plant down into the earth, or they can be hovering, reaching that arm long behind you. Whatever feels better for you. Take an inhale here, lengthen. Exhale as you twist. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling as you twist. One more breath like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, right arm comes down onto the outside of the left knee. Left fingertips back, either down to the earth or hovering out behind you. Take that inhale again, find the length. Exhale as we twist. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, we twist. Last one, inhale, length. Exhale here. Then we're going to inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky again. Exhale those hands down through the center. Just release the hands down onto the knees. Drop chin to chest. A couple of half neck circles here. Maybe even taking it a little bit further, adding on some little movements with the head, with the neck. Maybe you feel good to take some full neck circles. Just having some time here to breathe into the neck space. Last time going each way. And then coming up to neutral, you're going to walk your hands forwards and make your way up to a downward facing dog. So from here, we're just going to be breathing just for a couple of breaths into your normal fat downward facing dog. So you may want to take a couple of knee pedals, so a couple of little walkouts through the legs. You may want to shake, nod the head, a little shimmy through the shoulders, through the hips, whatever feels good, just for another breath or two. And from here, you're going to inhale, come up onto the toes. Exhale, pivot the feet to the left, and then bend the knees, push back. Twisty twizzle, I sometimes call it. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, over to the other side, bending those knees, really sit back. Inhale through center. Exhale, take it back. Inhale through center. Exhale, take it to the right, and we do one more to the left and one more to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center, and then exhale, drawing the heels down to the earth. Doesn't matter if they're there. So from here, we're going to just take the gaze forward slightly because it might help you a little bit. You're going to inhale, right arm's going to reach up. Exhale, sweep it around and place it back down. So it's very similar to what we did when we were down on the knees. We were shifting forwards and backwards. This time for the first couple, I just want you to move the arm. Obviously, yes, there's a weight shift. So just see how that feels. If it feels a bit too intense, you can just come down to the knees and do that same one that we just did. So inhale, right arm forwards. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm forwards. And then bringing it down. One more time going each side. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right hand plants down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, it plants back down. Take an inhale up onto the toes here. Exhale, bend through the knees. Find a little launch pad. You're going to hop your feet to the outside edges at the top of the mat. Drop down for Malasana. Maybe coming up onto the toes here, having the fingertips down. My favorite way to be in Malasana is just to have some movement. Shifting side to side. Now you may choose to pop a little block underneath you here. You don't have to, but very, very gracefully, we're going to put the bottom all the way down to the earth. Keep the left knee bent in, right leg's going to go out to the side. Right hand comes down, we inhale, and then we exhale, take the side bend. Inhale, bring it up. So find that wave. Exhale, bring it into the side bend. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, we flow it into the side. Fourth one, inhale, lift. And then exhale, fold it over that right leg, holding here the option to bring your right hand to the outside of that left ankle, just to come maybe a little deeper into that little side bend if that feels good. Remember, you can absolutely be using props here to give you a little bit more space in the hips with these folds. On an inhale, coming all the way up through center. You're going to switch yourself around. So you're going to take that left leg all the way out, not coming through Malasana, and then bending that right leg in. Left hand comes out alongside the left leg. We inhale, sweep that right arm up. Exhale, bend it over to the left. Inhale, we lift. We find that rhythm. Exhale, we fold it over. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we fold it over. Last one, fourth time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we fold it over, maybe wrapping that left hand around the right ankle. And we'll just breathe here for a few moments. On your next inhale, starting to edge your way all the way back up. Now we do have to get ourselves back to that Malasana. So you could just bend the knees in. If you're really compact here, then you might be able to reach the hands forwards and find it. You may want to rock yourself all the way back and then find it like that. Bring the fingertips down and just start shifting side to side. Beautiful. Placing the hands down where they would be for a downward facing dog. Start to lift the bottom, take the right foot back, then the left foot, making your way to your downward facing dog. From here, we're going to add on to those little kind of like twisty twizzles, where before we were just inhaling, lifting the toes and then dropping the heels back to one side. This time we're going to be inhaling, shifting the body forwards and exhaling, pushing the body back. So if you're a little bit confused as to how that looks, let me show you. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So it's the shoulders. When you look at the shoulders, they're going between almost a plank back to a downward facing dog. Both hands are staying down. So try that. Just go right, left, right, left, right, left. So 3 times on each and just see how that feels. So we bring it forwards. Inhale, exhale, drop the heels to one side. Inhale, exhale to the other side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Are you able to make it even bigger, pushing those heels and that bottom so far back? Maybe for you it's an honoring of keeping the movement quite small today. So coming all the way back to center, walk the hands all the way into the feet. We're going to be doing a lot through these downward facing dog rolls today. So we're going to have these moments where we come back just to release the wrists. So slide the hands underneath the feet. You can of course bend the knees. Take an inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Close the eyes. Just take a shake, a nod of the head. And then sliding those hands back out. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to the hips. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. We're going to take some standing spinal waves because we're going to start to add in a little bit more of a spinal wave here. So all you're going to do is drop chin down to chest, roll your way down, and then lift as you lift heart space up. And maybe we just start like this. So it's a little dip down of the chin, and then we lift up. So in terms of your breath pattern here, some people like to inhale as they go down and exhale as they come up. Some people like to do it the other way around. I am completely happy for you to go with where that breath feels a bit more natural for you. So just find where that is, but make sure that there is a breath for each move, okay? So just maybe dropping the chin down Make it a little bit bigger now. You can add in the arms if you wish. One more time. Staying down in the forward fold. And again, just having one moment just to shake, nod the head, just to wiggle it out here. Before we then start to walk the hands all the way back to that downward facing dog. So here we start to find these sideways rolls, very similar to what we were doing with the twisty twizzles. This time we lift off an arm as we go. So we inhale, bring it forwards, and then we exhale, take it back, the arm reach out. So it's just a variation of Vashisthasana. Inhale, exhale. So just moving here again, side to side. We come through the plank at the top, and then we twist it to the other side. And you can make this your own, okay? It doesn't have to look identical to mine. It's really intense and strong through the shoulders the whole time. Obviously, you're moving forwards and backwards. So if you need to take a moment, take the knees down. Remember, we did these right at the start. You can absolutely come back to those. You can come back to any of the build-ups that we've done. We've literally been here together doing little build-ups as we go. So you could do any one of those instead of this. So let's go 2 more times going each way. Beautiful. Bringing it all the way back to a downward facing dog in the center. Take an inhale, wave the body forwards through plank. Exhale, take it all the way back, downward facing dog. One more like that. Inhale, bring it forwards. Exhale, take it all the way back. This time we wave the body forwards to plank, either lowering all the way down to the belly with the knees off, or you can drop the knees down and then lower all the way down to the belly. Fingertips come out in front of you, separate the feet slightly, elbows up to the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Keep the left hand down. You're just going to lift the chest and slide the right arm underneath. Now, you're going to need to find the point that works for you. So this is how it looks underneath you. The right arm is coming across your body. Depending on your bust, especially ladies, depending on your bust, it may be you need to go higher or lower. It's going to be more intense the higher that it is, the lower that it is, going to have a little bit more ease. So just find that point that works for you. There's no right or wrong with how high it goes. And then you just have the left hand down. It can be up a little bit, supporting you. Forehead releases down. We can take a couple of breaths here for a moment. One more breath. And then lifting the chest. And we just switch it round, sliding the left arm underneath. Finding that position where you're going to feel that nice juicy stretch. Right hand can be anywhere, just down supporting you. And again, just 3 breaths here. Just very gently, slowly, bringing yourself all the way back up. Hands come down. And then we push ourselves back through on all fours and come to sit back on the heels. So I'm going to show you the little sequence here, and I'm going to, just come down to your knees and have a little look, because I want you to see this little sequence. And know that you can either do doubles of things instead of the add-on, or you can just come down to your knees, or you can just take a break, okay? But because this is all about that embodied fluidity, I want to show it to you so that you can visualize it as you flow. So from this downward facing dog, we are going to take 2 spinal waves coming forward. So we inhale forwards, exhale back. Inhale forwards, exhale back. Then we take the open twisty twizzle. Some people call it a mermaid roll. We inhale forwards, reach the arm, exhale, place it down. And then we bring it to the other side and place it down. We do that twice on each side. So it's 2 going forwards, and then it's 4 little mermaid rolls or twisty twizzles. Then we come forwards again, inhaling forward. You think you're going to go to a twisty twizzle, but this time you're going to bend a leg and reach it up with the arm to place it down. And then we're going to do the same as we bring it onto the other side. Like I say, you don't have to take that add-on. So we just do 2 of those, 1 each side, okay? So 2 waves, 4 of the keeping the feet down, 1 each side of lifting a leg. Then from there, we take it that next step further. We go inhale forwards, exhale, step it back, reach it up, wild thing. Bring it back around. There'll be obviously an extra breath in this one. Take it back, wild thing. So it's a little bit more, you can see, it's a little bit more kind of like animalistic than the way that we may normally go there. Usually maybe with a wild thing, we take a 3-leg dog, we open the hip, we step it back. I really want you to think about this kind of like transition, this placement, the vinyasa to place in a special way. So thinking about, where am I placing? How am I moving? Where is my breath taking me? Okay, enough chat. Let's get into it. So I'll guide you through, see how it goes. If it's a bit much on the wrists, remember you can just drop the knees down and have a couple of moments. All right, downward facing dog. 2 spinal waves going forwards first. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Mermaid rolls, twisty twizzles. Let's go over opening the right arm up first. Exhale. Opening the left arm up. Right arm. And left arm. This time we open a leg. This time we take it to wild thing. In your wild thing, open and hold here. 1 more breath. And then we close it down. And then we take it over to the other side. Hips and heart lift. 1 extra breath. And then we close it down. Downward facing dog. Vinyasa, so bringing it forwards, chaturanga, either coming down through chaturanga or down to the knees, inhaling upward facing dog or cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot through between the hands, lift yourself up, finding a high lunge, reach the arms up high, exhale, open it out, warrior 2. Now, from your warrior 2, we're going to eagle the arms. So you're going to take the left arm over the right. Maybe the backs of the hands come together. Maybe you take that double hook. So think about the opening of the hips, but then the drawing of the elbows forwards and upwards. If it feels good to you, you can take an inhale and lengthen here, and then exhale, bring it into a variation of humble warrior. If you want to just stay in that warrior two with the eagle arms, that's a beautiful place to be. One more breath. Lifting yourself all the way up. Unraveling warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, place the hands down either side of the right foot. We're going to do a switch jump to the left side. If you want to just step the left foot forward and the right foot back, you absolutely can. If not, you're going to lift the hips slightly, slide the right foot back just a little bit, bend through the knees, come through a mini little handstand hop, and the left leg lands at the front. Amazing. Inhale, reach it up, high lunge. Exhale, open it out, warrior two. We take the right elbow over the left this time. We draw the elbows forwards and then up. We're really looking to get this beautiful space through the thoracic spine, the scapula really opening here. If you want to stay here, by all means do. If not, take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow it down to the inside of that left leg. Inhaling, lifting all the way up, unraveling the hands, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, place the hands down, step it back through plank, lowering down through chaturanga or down to the knees. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. The opportunity at this point to drop down to your knees or down to a child's pose, or you could take a dolphin. Okay, we're just going to have about 3 to 5 breaths of just being wherever you want to be, and then we're going to do that sequence again. I'm going to tell while you're just breathing, wherever you've chosen to be, I'm just going to repeat that sequence to you because we're just going to add in a little something. So 2 spinal waves forwards, 4, so 2 on each side of the little twisty twizzles. Then the leg uplift one, we're going to do 2 more. I didn't feel like the 2 were enough, so we're going to do 2 on each side. Then we're going to take the wild thing. This time in the wild thing, you're going to step it back over, you're going to sit the bottom down, and then you're going to take undulations with the breath in this fold here, okay? And the right knee is up, the hip is a little bit open, and you're just fingertips down, and you're just waving the spine. Then we have to get up and bring it all the way over to go to the other side. So that's just the little add-on. And then we come back up to that same little warrior little bit that we just did. Okay, when we do the warrior, by the way, next time we're going to start by stepping the left foot forwards first, so that then we do the switch jump on the other side. Okay, downward facing dog, my friends. Grounding in here. Really try to connect with the breath. Even if you get lost in this sequence, even if it looks absolutely nothing like what I'm doing, the reason why this is the sequence it is because I want you to make it your own. Be playful with it if you want to be playful with it. Be serious. Be sensual with it if that's where you're going. Just allow yourself to really shine through this movement. Okay, we inhale, wave forwards. Exhale, take it back. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Twisty twizzles. Inhale. Taking it back. To the other side. Doesn't matter which side you go. Bringing it back. One more on each side. Exhale. And then this time the leg lifts on each one. Try not to worry too much about what it looks like. This time we take the wild thing. Inhale, we bring it forwards. Remember, it's still a spinal wave. We step the foot back. Let's still take the extra breath in the wild thing. Inhale. Exhale, bottom down. You've either got your right or left leg in front. I do not mind which. Fingertips down. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 2 more like that. And we inhale, we lift the chest. Left hand comes down. We've got to get up, out through the wild thing, but then over to the other side. So we inhale, exhale, place that right hand down. And then we flow it in, inhale forwards, exhale. We step that left foot or whichever foot behind you. Take the extra breath in wild thing. And then we sit the bottom down. Fingertips come down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Two more. Beautiful. Lifting the chest. Placing right hand down, lifting yourself all the way back. Let's take 2 spinal waves before we step any feet forwards. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Remember I said left foot is going to step forwards on this one. We reach up, high lunge. Exhale, open it out, warrior 2. It's the right arm that comes over the top of the left, finding that eagle. Either you stay here, or if you'd like to take the bow, breathing in. Exhale, fold. Notice that when you fold, that left leg wants to straighten to push the hips back. Where can you just lean into that left leg a little more? Makes it a little bit more challenging for keeping with the breath. Inhale, lifting all the way up, unraveling. So from here, we're going to move between our extended side angle and a reverse warrior, but not. We're going to do a reverse trikonasana. So we're going to inhale here, and then we're going to straighten that back leg, that front leg, sorry, as we reach up behind. So we inhale, exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Was that 2 more? Let's do an extra one. Inhale. And then exhale here, just holding here in this little reverse trikonasana. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, bring it back to warrior 2. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, place the hands down. We're going to do that little switch kick again. So lift the hips, slide the left foot back slightly. Find that little launch pad through the legs as you switch it over. Right foot comes down between the hands, lifting up, high lunge. Exhale, open it out, warrior 2. Finding eagle arms, left arm wraps over the right, hands maybe coming together or backs of the hands together. Option to stay here or to inhale, lengthen. Exhale as you bow it forwards. Again, making sure that we come nice, yummy and deep into that right leg. One more breath here. And then inhale, lifting it up, open the arms out, warrior 2. Remember, we're going to move through that extended side angle and the reverse trikonasana. So we inhale, right elbow comes down, reach the left arm up and over. And then exhale. Straightening that front leg. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, holding this one. Gazing up to the sky. That left hand isn't placing too much weight on the back leg. It's just daintily floating on the leg. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, open out the arms, warrior 2. Inhale, flip that back heel off, high lunge. Exhale, place the hands down, step the right foot back. Take a breath in. Exhaling either down through the knees or down through chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, come to step the right foot between the hands. Drop the back knee down, maybe grabbing a little block. Left hand comes onto the block. And then we take that nice big inhale, sweep that right arm up and over. You can draw the back foot in towards you as you then allow yourself to drop forwards. We are going to be moving into a few little back bends today. So we're just breathing some extra life into the front hip space. So we want to have, the back bends aren't just about the spine. There is so much more at play, and if we can have nice, juicy, open quads and hip flexors, that's going to help us a lot more. You're going to take another 5 breaths here. Oh yeah, 5 yummy breaths. If it gets too much with the leg up, you can just lower that back leg down and just stay in a low lunge. Yeah, and then gently releasing that back leg down. Place the hands down, lift the back leg. Step the right foot all the way back. 2 spinal rolls here. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Can you feel the sensation of the difference between both legs? Inhale forwards. Exhale back. This time, inhale, left foot steps forwards. You can take the block underneath the right hand. We start to lower the hips. Take an inhale, sweep right arm up and over, and then we draw the foot towards the butt. Doesn't need to be near the butt, it's just a gesture of where it's heading. 5 breaths. Remember, that back leg does not have to be up if that does not feel good for you today. And then slowly releasing back foot down. Removing the block. Place the hands down, step it back. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale, wave the body forwards. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. And then we're going to make our way down to seated. However you wish to get there, you can jump through, you can walk through, you can boogie your way through. I do not mind. And then we're going to come down onto the back. So you're going to place the feet about hip width apart. And then slowly lower yourself all the way down to your spine. You're going to grab your block. And just for the first one, we're just going to take a few breaths in a restorative bridge. So placing your block on any level that feels right for you. And just breathing there. If you don't have a block, then you can just take this as a more active half bridge where you just interlace the hands behind the back, lift your hips, and engage the glutes. You want to still keep these knees nice and parallel. And just another 3 to 5 breaths here. And whenever you're ready, lifting the hips and very gently lowering yourself the whole way down. If it feels good, you can window wipe those knees side to side. If not, just stay where you are. So your options here are either to come into two to three back bend variations, because we kind of just did one. So you can push up to full wheel. You can take forearm wheel if you want. You can do drop backs if that's where you're at in your practice. Be mindful of obviously your surroundings, of any aches, niggles, where the ego's getting involved, all of those things. But just honor what it is that you want to do today and have a little bit of fun with it. If you would like to take the shoulder stand sequence, you can come to your shoulder stand. Let me just show you that quickly. Shoulder stand, keeping the head straight or whole time, 10 breaths. Bring the knees down to the forehead, or halasana plow for 5 breaths. Option of Kanapindasana ear pressure pose for 5 breaths. Or if not, you can just place the knees on the forehead. Super, super slow, lower down. Obviously, I'm doing this in record speed. And then bringing yourself down to Matsyasana fish pose. Or if that doesn't feel good, because a lot of people don't love that shape, you can just come to seated, take the hands back behind you and open through the throat. Okay? Those of you coming into your back bend variations, of course, you can take blocks at the wall to put your hands on, just for that little bit of extra movement in the wrist joint. But we're just going to go with it. 5 breaths in each. We'll counter together. So if you're not quite at 5 breaths in each, it doesn't matter. You just go for as many breaths as you want to. When you get up to your full wheel, you really want to be thinking about driving your armpits open. So you're thinking about sending the heart space back. Maybe you can come up to the toes. That just gives a little bit of a different movement. Allows you to open into the upper spine a little bit more and the shoulders. You can play around with where you look. You can play around with lifting legs up in the sky. Whatever feels good for you. Just be mindful. If you're somebody that's used to getting a little bit dizzy if you go upside down, be mindful of that. Make sure you take a few breaths in between. Back bends are notoriously, like any inversion or any quite intense inversion, they're notoriously there when you kind of get a little bit lightheaded and you're like, oh, okay, I need to take a moment. Please be honoring that at all times. So just you've probably got about another one, maybe another 2, just depending on where you're at and what you're on. I'm going to take one more variation. I'll actually show you, because I know there's some people on the platform that are kind of working that in between full wheel and forearm wheel. I'll just show you how to get into it and out of it just through the full wheel, just for anybody that's interested. So you would place your hands down as you normally would. You'd come into a full wheel. You need to be in a position where you can shift weight between one hand and the other. So this is a really good practice to have. Then you would step down one at a time. Again, all different variations with what you want to do with your legs. If you've obviously got pincher, you can kick through to pincher. And then again, when you're coming back up to the full wheel, you need to be able to shift weight and bring yourself all the way up to then bring yourself down. That is the best way to get out of a forearm wheel, not to just collapse on your back, because some people have got this mobility to be able to just lay down on their back with their arms behind them, but not a lot of people. So you want to be working that shift of the weight so that you can then push yourself back up to the full wheel and come down nice and carefully. We're going to come into a little counter shape together now. So just lowering yourself down to your spine. Place the feet at the outside edges of the mat. And just to begin with, just shift the knees side to side. I know that there's the temptation to want to roll yourself into a ball. But instead, we are going to take a little supine twist on each side. So reaching the arms out long. And we're going to do a nice, juicy, long one. You're going to bend the knees in, and we're going to be dropping our knees over to the left. Head goes over to the right. And you can take any little hook with the legs or with the feet that you want to, closing down the eyes. And when you arrive here, we'll take a nice big breath. Take an inhale. And release. And we're going to be here for about 2 minutes on each side just to really allow ourselves some time to melt into the side body. Maybe taking a nice deep breath again. Closing down the eyes if they're not already, and just let yourself really just soften here. If you feel called to take some deeper breaths, by all means do. We've got about another 30 seconds here. Very gently, just edging your way back through center. Maybe just place the feet down and move the hips back to center if you move them to one side. Shift the knees side to side. Yeah, and then we move the knees over to the right. Head goes over to the left, arms out into cactus or T-shape, taking any variation of the legs that you want to. And again, let's find a nice deep breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. As you just melt here for the next 2 minutes. Again, just letting the breath really soften. If the mind wanders, just know that that's normal. Every time you catch it, you just bring it back to that gentle breath flow, that dance of energy, of prana, that life force flowing through your body. You've got 30 seconds here. Let's very gently edge ourselves back through center. This time, hugging the knees in and having a little rock side to side. Maybe you're even called towards a happy baby. If you're being called straight towards your Shavasana, then by all means go there straight away. But really using your own intuition, as you have been throughout this whole practice, Just embodying what it is that is inside of you, the energy and motion, the emotions that are flowing. And maybe they don't have names. Maybe it's a feeling that has no title, and you just intuitively know how to move with it. Whenever you're ready, you'll make your way towards your Shavasana. Let's take a nice big releasing breath here together. Inhale, letting it go. Body, mind, breath, and soul just gracefully being held by the earth here. Planting ourselves into Shavasana, our corpse, a place of rebirth, a place to just be still. That divine embodiment, all cultivating within you, bringing you to the most important moment, the moment of reflection, the moment to restore, the moment of healing. Maybe there are some visualizations coming to you today through that very fluid energy that you brought to the space. There could be shapes, shadows, colors, sensations running through your body. Just allow yourself to be witness. Allow yourself to see yourself laying on this mat, being held by the earth, being held by this community, being in the beautiful ebb and flow of life. I'm going to leave you in this moment right here today to draw yourself away from your practice whenever you are ready. Take all the time that you need. Go slow. Keep your gaze inwards. Keep your movements gentle. And when you do come to close your practice, close it with gratitude for your beautiful emotions. I thank you all so much for sharing your energy with me today. I'll see you again soon.